Hi guys, Candy here, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, you're probably gonna have already guessed, I go through and use the Kylie Cosmetics Nice palette for the very first time. This was in her holiday, festive, holiday set that she released. Did have this in my hands just before Christmas, but I've only just gotten around to using it now. And yeah, so I created this look, which is kind of like a double wing, cut crease, double wing. I don't know. I got my inspiration from a girl on Instagram. She posted a look. It was quite bright and it wasn't neutral at all, but I think her name was TamaraJmakeup, and I'll pop her links down below. Go give her some love. She's only a small account, and yeah, she does some really nice work. So I did sort of my take on it. I wanted something more neutral. I don't do a lot of neutrals on my Instagram, so I kind of wanted something a little bit more neutral, a little bit more wearable. This is still a little bit challenging though for like newbies to make up, but definitely give it a go. Like, why the hell not? My initial thoughts on this palette, I loved this palette so much more than the Naughty palette. I saw this palette and I saw its versatility. I saw that it was easy to work with. It was more neutral. It was more daytime. It's more of everything that we've already seen, yes, but it's a little bit more workable for the everyday person. It's kind of what I thought when I first saw this palette. Whereas the Naughty palette was just a scramble of colour to me. It was just kind of a scramble of cools and warms, and it was just a little bit all over the place and a little bit more difficult for new people that are new to makeup and new to colours and things like that to probably work out and colour match and make a colour scheme out of. So I thought this would have been more sought after, but it wasn't. The Naughty palette actually sold out prior to this one, so I had to like wait for the restock on the Naughty palette. I thought this would sell out first, but it didn't. Anyway, so that's how I felt about it prior to using it. So if you want to know how I feel about it now that I've used it, then just keep watching. And I also touch on quickly the wet set. I also got this as the wet set out of the Christmas collection as well. So if you want to know how I felt about that as well, that's in there as well. Right, let's get on to it. Okay, so for this look, I'm wanting something quite bougie. I'm wanting something very Instagram, wearable, neutral, but very still glam. So taking this palette, I'm thinking I'm going to use some of these like really gorgeous like warm browns, and this copper shade Gumdrop is calling out to me. You already know what I've chosen and what the look looks like because I just gave you the intro. But let's start with the shade. I might start with the shade Santa Baby, and I'm going to just pop that in my crease. And going a little bit darker now, I'm going to take the shade Macaroon, and I'm going to put that kind of in the same spot, but just like a little bit lower. These shadows are actually really delicious. They actually blend surprisingly well. Like, you kind of think Kylie Cosmetics. Although I own a lot of her palettes, you still think Kylie Cosmetics. It's probably not going to be very good. But these shadows are actually, I love the mattes. I haven't had much luck. If you've seen my recent video, I've already done the Naughty palette. Go back and have a look at that. But if you're interested in that one, of course. But yeah, I do find that the matte shadows are beautiful. The shimmery, like foil shades, are a bit of a mess sometimes. Okay, so now I'm going to take a smaller brush. It's still quite fluffy, so it disperses the colour nicely. It's like not as dark as I thought it would be. Okay, so I'm just going to take a tiny little pencil brush. I'm now going to take the shade Hot Cider, which looks like it could be the darkest shade. I kind of thought Wonderland was pretty dark, but let's try and just pop this just in the crease. Just to see if I can get any more depth out of it. Okay, and now taking my ye old faithful LA Girl Pro Conceal, I'm now going to cut out that, the area that I'm going to put that copper tone in. So now that I am all cut out, I'm now going to take that shade Gumdrop, and I'm going to, oh, this looks quite creamy. I'm just going to pop this all over my lid in that whole entire cut crease area. Okay, I'm going to try and spray this down with some setting spray because there is a lot and a lot of fallout happening right now. Oh, okay, it looks much better now that I've actually sprayed it. Oh, wow. Okay, that is amazing. It is turned into like a liquid eyeshadow. Oh my god. What the hell is this sorcery? Oh my, I'm honestly just so shocked. Wow, 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 wow. I'm losing my mind over here. This is insane because it has literally gone like this molten, even in the pan, it's turning into this like creamy, like almost like liquid eyeshadow. This is insane. Wow, it is honestly like night and day from when it's dry. Okay, I almost take back what I said before about the foil shades not being very good. Maybe I've just been using them wrong. Taking that tiny little pencil brush again, I'm going to take the shade Wonderland. I'm going to put that under my lash line first. And taking a little bit of that hot cider. And just taking a bigger, fluffier brush, I'm just going to sweep that shade Macaroon underneath as well. So I also purchased the wet set from the Christmas collection as well. So I've only swatched this. I haven't actually like used it. So I think I'm going to take the shade Frostbite, which is this one here. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know what it applies like with a brush. Okay, it's not too bad with a brush. I don't know if I'm a fan of these highlighters. Let's try it on my cheek as well. I'm just going to be using my normal highlighter brush, so like I say, I don't know how this is going to work. It's actually really pretty. Let's try and get some more blind out of it by using a finger. Glitter is just getting everywhere though. That's the one downside of this packaging. This packaging is shite. Okay, so I'm just going to go apply liner and lashes, and then I'm going to be back to let you know how I feel about this palette. Okay, so that's it. This is the finished look. On my lips, I have Jeffree Star's Human Nature, which was in his Christmas collection, and I've just put a little bit of like concealer in the middle just to brighten it up a little bit. So the palette, I ended up creating like this double wing kind of look. So the original artist that inspired me to do this kind of look is TamaraJmakeup on Instagram. So go check her out. I'll pop her link down below. Anyway, let's get on to the palette. So as in the beginning, I would have told you how I initially felt about this palette, but what do I feel about this palette now? Well, the mattes are beautiful, they're pigmented, they're buildable, they're blendable. The foil shades blew me away. But when you wet your brush with some setting spray, these foils are amazing. Like, it was literally like paint. It was just the nicest consistency to work with, especially when you're doing a cut crease. You want something really creamy and really workable. This was fantastic. I've now got to try it with all our others. I've now got to try it with the Naughty palette because it just blew me away. It just blew me away. I feel like this palette you could probably travel a wee bit with too. Like, you need a black, of course, but you know, there's just a whole range of real neutral mattes that you can use, and then a few like really pretty sort of still neutral bit of colour, tiny little bit of purple in there, of, you know, just pops of colour that you can use while you're away too. So I think this definitely might be one that I'm travelling with this summer. And I guess I'll just give a quick like impression on the wet set. I wasn't that impressed. Like, it is good. Like, I can see why people like are kind of like going on and on about the consistency of it. The consistency of it is weird. It's like wet, but it's like powdery at the same time. It's like wet, but it's not. It's wet and dry. Mind blown. But I don't think I would buy another one. Like, I'm not a big fan of that ColourPop kind of consistency where it's like a little bit wet, but it's powdery, like, and how do you put it on? What do you put it on with? Like, it's, yeah, not really my thing. I would much prefer a powder. I just find powders just go on like they should, they blend like they should. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll be seeing my face in the next one.